What up, guys? Welcome back to another beer review today. Today's beer comes from the great country of Poland. Today we're going to be trying, wait for it, Zywiec, which is from Poland again, and it is the premium lager, the #1 premium lager in Poland. So this beer was given to me by my friend Tony. Thank you, sir, for giving me this beer. And on the back of the little label here is pretty cool. It does the kind of like the Coors Light thing. If it's lit up blue, it's ready for you. So this beer is ready to roll. It weighs in at 5.6% alcohol by volume. And on the little font here it says, since the very beginning of beer has been brewed once and only once in the Archduke Brewery in Zywiec. When it comes to beer, we are uncompromising. This is why is brewed exclusively from 3 ingredients: malted barley, hops, and pure mountain water from the mountains of Zywiec. This is always a product of Zywiec. So there you go. This beer, let's see, has a nice little label on the front here. I like it a lot. Nice clean colors, nice cool little design. And this says it's been imported by Untappd International out of New York, so out of Brooklyn, New York. This is where you can get this beer after it's been shipped over from Zywiec. So that's what we have here today. So lagers, about 12 years ago, when I was getting into beer and going to the bars and all that kind of stuff, lagers were my go-to beer. And I will admit, I loved it. I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. So MGDs were probably my go-to, and I'd probably say it probably took about 6 or 7 of them before I really felt good. And to some of you that might be lightweight, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I didn't really need to drink much to get hammered, and I don't really do that anymore. I drink beer now for the taste, to appreciate it. You know, different flavors that are out there that people or that breweries make with their beer. That's what I'm all about. I don't really drink them to get drunk. It's not as fun as it used to be, and I'm only 33, but I ain't down with that anymore. I'm a little bit more relaxed when it comes to enjoying beers and things like that, so I'm not out there to get wasted. I'm there to enjoy the beer at hand. So, the beer at hand today is Zywiec. And we're going to go ahead and pop the top off and see what we have going on with this beer today. Again, this beer was given to me by my brother Tony. So thank you, sir, for this beer. And we're going to be using my little glass here. And we're going to pour. Apparently I want to pour aggressively today for some reason. So we're going to do that and wait for that head to go away. Your lagers obviously are clear, very, very clear looking beer, lots of bubbles, lots of carbonation, lots of zesty. Ooh, that smells pretty good. A lot of zesty fruitiness that's going on in this beer. Nice fruity esters, nice kind of like a little spice going on from what I can smell. So we'll fill this up later as the head dies away. But the head is nice and soapy, nice, it's kind of thick like soap, and then again, nice clear. I could probably see you through the glass into the camera there, and that's what we're dealing with. So again, a nice zesty, spicy kind of presence, and yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. So again, this one is available all year round, 5.6% alcohol by volume, and Zywiec is out of Poland. So let's go ahead and give it our first taste and see what it is all about. So cheers, guys. Cheers, Tony. Thank you for giving me this beer, sir. And here we go, first sip. Nice sweet flavor, almost like a honey kind of taste there at the end. Really, very sweet, like honey. It has those nice spiciness to it, but it's very very subtle. Like if you sprinkled a little bit of a little bit of pepper on your chicken, that's what I get from this. It's actually kind of nice. It's a little different. It's not bad. So don't think of it as a bad thing. It's a good thing. I like that. Easy drinking. Very easy drinking. That's pretty much what I would expect from a lager. Almost every lager that I've had has been very easy drinking. You could have 3 or 4 of them before anything really happens to you. And again, that's just me because I'm a lightweight. But I think that's the whole draw and the whole point of lagers and pilsners and beers like that. They have pretty much a universal taste, and anyone can get into them. Anyone can enjoy them, and for the most part, these beers are the beers that you get into first, at least in my experience, before you move on to something that's a little bit more, distinct, like farmhouse ales or sours, even IPAs, and then to some degree stouts. I think anyone would drink this. I think anyone would like this beer. Just because you're into craft beer doesn't mean you can't appreciate a mass-produced beer. Now, with that being said, I am a fan of MGD. I like it. When there's not much selection at a restaurant, I will pick up an MGD. I will be down with it. I will drink 2 or 3 of them, and my night will be complete, and that's totally fine. So I don't want to sound like, just because we're doing craft beers the majority of the time on this channel, I don't want to shut out, the beers that introduced me to beer itself. I feel like they have a place. Yeah, they may not be the best beers. They might be, they might not hold the most flavor or taste, but there's a reason why they're around. They're mass produced. People like them. They're readily available to everybody, and they're relatively cheap. I mean, you can get a whole mess of lagers for $12, $13 and be set for the week, or just, I guess it depends on how you're drinking, but they're cheap. They're cheap beers, and they sell very well. So yeah, this beer, you guys, like I said, it has a little bit of spiciness to it, a little bit of honey flavor, and then the malts, that's pretty much all that's there is malt. I don't taste any kind of hops at all in this beer. Maybe that spiciness comes from the hops, but as far as, hops as in bitterness, it's not there at all. It's very, very low, and then the malt pretty much takes over, and you get that little bit of sweetness, that little bit of spice, and then the finish is very bready. It's very much like crackers or bread, baked bread, things like that. So it's not a bad beer. If you're into lagers, if you like these kind of style beers, which I'm sure a majority of you do, you'll like Zywiec, and I think you'll appreciate it. Again, this was a gift for me, so I didn't go out and buy it. I don't expect it to be pretty expensive. I expect it to be relatively cheap. So go pick yourself up some Zywiec. I think you guys would like it. It is Poland's number one premier lager, and I like this beer. I think it was pretty good. I don't think I would seek it out per se. Again, if I was somewhere out to eat or at a bar or something and there was a very limited selection, I might pick one up, and I wouldn't expect this to be part of that limited selection. However, for sake of conversation, I think this beer would be a go-to if you had a small amount to choose from. Overall rating, you guys, I'm going to give it 3.75 out of 5. It is a quality lager. It tastes like a lager. It's what you would expect from a lager. So, cheers to you guys. Thank you for watching this review. Thank you again for Tony for hooking this up. And if you guys have had this beer, leave a comment down below. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We have more beer reviews coming up. We have some stouts, we have some West Coast beers, we have some Belgian IPA or Belgian style beers coming up. Stay tuned for those reviews, you guys. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.